I just wanted to clarify Kelly's last question. The U.S.'s response, whenever it happens, it will be unilateral. It would not be sort of the joint exercise we saw with the Houthi assets earlier this month.
That's our expectation.
Does the president believe, John, that it is important for the U.S. to strike back immediately and quickly following the deaths of the 3 U.S. service members?
The president believes that it is important to respond in an appropriate way now that 3 American soldiers have been killed. And what's appropriate? Well, it depends on what your response is going to look like and what you're going to go after. And as I said earlier, we will respond in a time and in a manner of our choosing on our schedule. And just because you haven't seen anything in the last 48 hours, that doesn't mean that you're not going to see anything. And as I said earlier, when you see the first thing, don't come to be thinking that that's going to be the last thing.
Is the president open to maybe holding off on whatever strikes may come to give time and space for the ongoing hostage negotiations to continue moving in the right direction? Is that a consideration?
As I said a few days ago, there should be no impact. There's no reason why what we're trying to do in terms of getting hostages out and what we have to do to respond appropriately to this latest attack in Jordan for one to affect the other. So we are going to respond. We are also going to continue to work on trying to get the hostages out. Both can be done. Absolutely both can be done.
Well, it could certainly be a complicating factor, though, right?
As if it's not complicated already, MJ. I mean, this is hard work. This is hard diplomatic work that's going into trying to get those hostages out. It's hard. But that doesn't mean that you put the brakes on that because you feel you have to respond, which we do. And it doesn't mean that you don't respond to the attacks in Jordan because this diplomatic work is still going to remain difficult ahead of us. We can and we will do both.
So you're saying the hostage negotiations, that those are not a factor in the president's thinking and deliberations over how to strike back, that those two things are totally separate in his mind?
I don't think I'm going to parse out the president's decision-making process here. I think, though, hopefully I've adequately answered the question. We're going to respond to the killing of our 3 soldiers. He told you that yesterday. He's made his decision. There will be a response. We are also going to continue to have the conversations that are needed, and they have been good. It has moved in a constructive way. Again, nobody's doing a touchdown dance here. We got a long way to go, but we still think that there's real significant possibility to get an extended pause in place to get these hostages out.
Quickly get your read on Kataib Hezbollah's statement yesterday saying that they would suspend military and security operations against U.S. forces. What was the administration's read on that statement?
I think, as I said to Steve, we certainly read it, but we're not going to take it at face value. And we recognize that they're not the only group that has been attacking our troops and our facilities in Iraq and Syria.